Please rise, so this way. His Eminence, Metropolitan Apostles of New Jersey, is entering the room. Thank you. Your Eminence.
Χριστός Ανέστη. Καλώς ήρθατε. Ας αρχίσουμε με την προσευχή και συνεχεία το πρόγραμμα όπως κάθε χρόνο ο εκλεκτός φίλος ο κ. Κοτρότσος μας συγκεντρώνει εδώ για αυτή την πολύ σπουδαία εκδήλωση. Χριστός Ανέστη εκ νεκρών θανάτων πατήσας και της μνήμασι ζωή χαρισάμενος.
Αναστάς ο Ιησούς από τον τάφο καθώς προείπεν έδωκεν εμήν την αιώνιο ζωήν και μεγάλος. Δόξα Πατρί και Υιό και Πνεύματι και νυν και αεί και σως τρώνων. Αμήν. Κύριε ελέησον, Κύριε ελέησον, Κύριε ελέησον, δέσποτα η ευλόγηση.
Χριστέ ο Θεός ημών ευλόγησον τη βρώση και την πόση των δούλων σου ότι Άγιος σου πάντοτε νυν και αεί και εις τους αιώνας των αιών. Αμήν. Christ our God, bless the food and the drink. That we are going to partake and bless us all now and forever and to the ages of ages. Amen. Καλώς ήρθατε. Χριστός Ανέστη.
Good evening, distinguished guests, respected leaders, and dear friends. We are truly honored this evening by the presence of His Eminence, Metropolitan Apostolos of New Jersey, Consul General of Greece, New York, Iphigenia Kanara, and Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County in Chicago, Illinois, Mariana Spiropoulos. Along with elected officials, dignitaries, community leaders, and friends who have joined us for this special occasion. There is something I have been thinking about as we mark this milestone tonight. What does it take to build something that lasts? Not for a moment, not for recognition, but for 35 years. With purpose, with consistency and meaning. I believe it begins with something simple. The willingness to dare to dream. Because every lasting vision begins there. And that is exactly what my father did. He dared to dream. He came to this country as an immigrant, carrying with him the values of Greece, his love for family, of community, of faith, of pedia, and of our country. And instead of leaving those values behind, he found a way to bring them forward, to build something that would give identity, voice, and connection to Greeks in America. He didn't focus on himself. He focused on bringing people together because he understood something very important. Όλοι μαζί, we are stronger. Together, we become a force for Hellenism in America. And through that vision, he built more than a business. He built pillars, he built a foundation, he built a community. Through the Hellenic News of America, he created a voice, one that connected Greek Americans across this country while strengthening our bridge to Greece. And through Hermes Expo, he built an institution, one that brings people together through business, communication, and a shared purpose while continuing to connect us back to our roots. For 35 years, he has brought people into the same room. Leaders, entrepreneurs, public officials, professionals from every field with one goal, to connect them, to create opportunity, to keep things personal, face-to-face, and real in a world that has become increasingly digital and distant. That is not easy. And it says something. It says everything, not just about what has been built, about who he is. A giver, a connector, a man with an open door policy who leads with heart. And if we had to describe it all in one word, it would be philotimo. Because that is what defines this work and what defines this community. And it is also what led me here. My background is in biomedicine. This was not the path I originally chose, but I saw that something here was being built. I saw the impact, and I understood the responsibility. So I made the decision to step in and continue what he started. And I will be honest, there were moments where I asked myself, how does he do this? Because it is not easy. But what I came to understand is this: when something is built with purpose, when it is rooted in values, when it is driven in philotimo, you don't stop, you keep going. And that is what brings us here tonight. Tonight, we recognize individuals who in their own way also have dared to dream. Leaders across business, public service, education, our faith, individuals who carry responsibility, who lead with purpose, and who reflect the very values that define our community. Different paths, but a shared foundation. Because without our identity, without our culture, without our heritage, our connection to one another, we lose something essential. We lose what makes us who we are. Hellenism is not just history. It is presence and it is responsibility. It is light, and it is up to all of us to carry it forward. Before we continue, it is my pleasure to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Jim Polos. Jim serves as the Executive Director of Middlesex County Improvement Authority and has dedicated decades to public service, leadership, and community impact. As an archon of the Ecumenical Patriarchate and a committed member to our faith, he reflects the values that bring us together this evening. We are honored to have him guide us through tonight's program. And before I close, I want to say this. I am proud of my father, proud of what he has built, and proud of what this community represents. Because this did not happen by chance. It happened because someone dared to dream, and because of that, we are all here tonight. Thank you so much. Jim.
Thank you so much, Afroditi. Another round of applause for those beautiful words. The legacy continues of the Hermes Expo. It was so interesting today as a part of the conference that we were a part of. One of the speakers spoke about scaling a business and talked about the need to involve more people in order to be effective and creative and have opportunity for growth. And Paul, you've done such a wonderful job involving not only Afroditi, but the entire Controzios family to make the Hermes Expo a success and to give it that opportunity for growth. A round of applause for the entire family for all that they do for Hermes. As Afroditi well said, this was a vision of a great man who some 35 or more years ago had an idea. It started as just a small idea in a way to promote perhaps Greek food and Greek wine and other Greek opportunities in an early stage. And if we look at it, what has become today, the live and the breadth and the depth of this wonderful expo. The fact that we had a very strong and well-attended interactive conference today where there were wonderful speakers talking about AI and franchise development and business development. It was exciting to see the interchange and the exchange of ideas and information. And one thing that we learned today at this conference, although it was really focused towards economic development, was the similarity that everyone spoke about being able to adapt to change. And that really became an underlying thread that kind of knitted together every presentation that was made today. And I would submit to you that Hermes Expo over the 35 years has done an enormously great job to adapt to change. And that change came, ladies and gentlemen, as a result of your input, your guidance, your questions, your responses, your suggestions, your desires. This is the reason why today, as an example, we had such a wonderful, spontaneous conference, because you asked for it. You wanted that opportunity to learn more and do more, and not just to come see the expo, but have that opportunity to interact and exchange. And this wonderful family has always been reactive and proactive, but reactive to those suggestions to continue to expand the breadth and depth of what Hermes is all about. Paul, thank you very much for doing that, and again, continued congratulations to you and the entire family. Our first speaker is a very special individual to all of us. He is our true spiritual leader within this great metropolis of New Jersey. I have had the pleasure, the distinct pleasure, of serving as the Vice Chair of the Metropolis Council of New Jersey since His Eminence's enthronement. And I can tell you from firsthand accounts, there is not a harder working, more dedicated, more loving, sincere, and committed hierarch than our Metropolitan Apostolos of New Jersey. From the first day of his enthronement, he made a commitment and recognized that although this is entitled the Metropolis of New Jersey, this metropolis really entails and consumes 5 different states. And this man has made it a point to participate actively and to travel to make every church in every sector of this metropolis feel a part of the activity of what goes on in New Jersey. That's hard work, dedication, time commitment, an enormous amount of travel. But he is committed to making sure that every church has the same representation and is involved and a part and an active participant within this metropolis. And that is a very, very important thing. He has also had some visionary ideas to try to grow the breadth and depth of our metropolis, including the very successful and recently implemented MDF, the Music Dance Festival, which just celebrated its 2nd year with more than 1,000 young people from across the metropolis participating in music and dance competitions. This was an idea of His Eminence, and he not only had the idea, but put the time and effort and work and the commitment and gathered together the support necessary to make this one of the most successful events of the metropolis. And on a day-to-day basis, he counsels and guides and works closely with the clergy in our metropolis to make sure that we have the spiritual enrichment and guidance that we look for within our clergy. So it is truly a distinct honor and pleasure to introduce for all of you, and I ask you to please stand as I introduce and bring up to the podium for his words, our Metropolitan Apostolos of New Jersey.
Thank you, Archon. Please be seated. Thank you for the amazing words, and I know you're not exaggerating when you speak, because whatever you say from your heart. Archon, a good friend, Pablo Potrocho and your family, and all the people who are working for this amazing banquet tonight. We gather again this year for the Expo 2026 in New Jersey in order to provide the bridges between Greece, the United States, and all the people who are working for the best of our Greek American community here in New Jersey and beyond. And I would like to congratulate Boko Chorchos and his family who are working so hardly in order to keep this foundation firm for our homogenea, the Greek American community. Tonight, after celebrating the Anastasis, the Paschal celebration, we gather in the spirit of hope, the spirit of love, and the spirit of unity in order to congratulate and welcome the people who are going to be honored today. I know all of them in person, and I would like to congratulate each of them with the best wishes and congratulations, because they received tonight the honor because they deserve it. They're working for the best of our community. They're trying to keep the unity strong among the Greek American spirit, and collaboration, my brothers and sisters, is very important today to this very difficult, troubled society that we believe in. Our nation and our motherland, Greece, needs these bonds to be strong. And be strong because we have an incredible inheritance. We are Greek Americans, and no one can change that kind of entity, because both those entities are united in our wonderful Greek American communities. And the communities here in this country have the foundation firm by the people who love the church and love their own countries, both. And we're very proud tonight to congratulate all of you who being honored tonight. You deserve it. Congratulations from my heart, and all the best to your families. We love you so much. Keep going the work of our ancestors, fathers, mothers, who brought this wonderful spirit of love, unity, the spirit of the democracy, the spirit of peace to this wonderful nation, our new home, the United States. I congratulate each of you from my heart, and I bless you with the Holy Trinity, and particularly with the spirit of the resurrection. And may this spirit of love to continue to sustain our life in every aspect of our Greek American community. And again, congratulating my good friend Paul Kotrochos for this initiative that he's provided to us, this great opportunity every year. The MC, who is a man of faith and co-worker with the Metropolis of New Jersey, my left and right hand in the Metropolis. And to all of you, wishing you a very blessed and a beautiful Paschal season. And may God bless you and your families always and forever and ever. Christos Anesti.
Thank you so much, Your Eminence. Ladies and gentlemen, I just must say, when you hear him speak, doesn't he just make you feel good about being Greek? Thank you so much, Your Eminence. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce, to sing our Greek and American national anthems, Mr. Kostas Tsoudakis. Kostas, if you please come up. Please rise.
Σε γνωρίζω από την κόψη του σπαθιού την δρομερή. Σε γνωρίζω από την όψη που με διαμετράει τη γη. Απ' τα κόκαλα βγαλμένη των Ελλήνων τα ιερά και σαν πρώτα ανδριωμένη χαίρε ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα ανδριωμένη χαίρε ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα ανδριωμένη χαίρε ελευθεριά. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Costa, that was absolutely amazing. That was NFL and NBA quality for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into our awards. So I beg your indulgence if I can have your attention for just a couple of minutes, please. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, please. Thank you so much. And trust me, we recognize that you all want to spend time with each other, and that is all what Hermes Expo is all about. We promise to make our program as short as possible to allow you that opportunity to be able to make new friendships and see some old friends as well. But we want to give our awardees the proper attention as they receive them. The first award, thank you. The first award is a Diplomatic Service Award being awarded to Ifenia Canada. Ifenia, that applause, that instantaneous applause, says a lot about who you are and what you mean to this community. So, compliments to you. Consul General Canada is the Consul General of Greece in New York, representing the Hellenic Republic in one of the most influential diplomatic posts in the United States in New York City. With a distinguished career in diplomacy, she has played a pivotal role in strengthening relations between Greece and the United States, advancing economic cooperation, cultural exchange, and strategic partnerships. Throughout her tenure, she has worked closely with government leaders, businesses, communities, and Greek American organizations to promote Greece's presence across key sectors, including trade, investment, tourism, and innovation. There's much more to be said about her history and involvement as a diplomat, but I'm going to depart for a moment from the script to talk about Consul General Canada as a person. As I said earlier, when I mentioned her name, there was instantaneous applause. And that's because we, as Greek Americans, recognize her complete heart and dedication in the work that she does in diplomatic service. She's an individual that makes it a point to participate and be involved in so many organizational activities. I am amazed that I go to quite a few, and to see her at as many events as I see her at, knowing the busyness of her schedule, I know that she's committed to our community. She comes here to not only put in, yes, please, she not only comes in to put in her time, but she gives it her attention. She gets to know the people and makes it a very personal experience. And that's what makes her very special. And that's what makes her so successful in the role that she plays as the Consul General of Greece in New York. So it is my humble pleasure to introduce to you the Consul General of Greece in New York for the Award of Diplomatic Service Award, Ifenia Canada.
Προσπάθησα να φύγω, μήπως γλιτώσετε σε ένα ακόμα λόγο, αλλά δεν τα κατάφερα. Σεβασμιότατε, αξιότιμοι κυρίες και κύριοι, distinguished guests, elected officials, Christos Anesti. So it gives me indeed a great pleasure to be with you here this evening as we celebrate the 35th anniversary of Hermes Expo, an institution that, as His Eminence just said, has over the years become a cornerstone of Greek-American entrepreneurship and engagement. Allowed me also, on my part, at the outset to warmly thank the organizers for their dedication and for your vision. In particular, I would like to commend Paul Kotrotsios, founder and president, whose leadership and commitment have shaped the initiative into what it is today. Together with a new generation, of course, Aphrodite, whose work has been equally instrumental in its growth and outreach. And they both have created not just an event, Aphrodite, but a lasting platform that serves our community in meaningful ways. The Expo stands out because it brings people together, not only to exchange ideas, but most importantly, to build connections. It's a forum where entrepreneurs, professionals, and institutions from both sides of the Atlantic meet, first of all, collaborate, and exchange ideas. And as our Master of Ceremony so eloquently said, they strengthen the economic and political, if you wish, ties between our motherland and our host country, the United States, your country here. This evening, we also honor individuals whose achievements reflect excellence, innovation, and service. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to all honorees. Your accomplishments are a source of inspiration, of pride for our community, and inspiration for future generations. On my part, I'm personally grateful for the recognition extended to me today. I accept this award with humility, but above all, I would like to stress that I accept it not as an individual distinction, but on behalf of the entire team at the Consulate General of Greece in New York. Although, thank you. Although I have had the honor of serving in this position only for 2 years, I'm keenly aware that any progress whatsoever that we have achieved is the result of collective work, effort, professionalism, and dedication. Our consulate has worked diligently to improve and expand its services, responding to, believe me, increased demand, while striving to providing efficient and reliable assistance to our citizens. At the same time, we do remain committed to promoting Greece, its economy, its culture, its academia, through outreach and through engagement across the 4 states of our jurisdiction. But above all, and I'm finishing with this, we do remain committed and we remain at your disposal, at the disposal of the Homogenia, which is not only at the heart of everything we do, but also you are our most valuable partner. The strength, the creativity, and commitment of our community are what sustain initiatives like this one, like Expo, and what continue to deepen the bond between Greece and the United States. Thank you so very much for your presence here today. Congratulations to all honorees. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Aphrodite.
Thank you again, Consul General. Thank you for all you do for all of us. Our next honoree has been here all day. She was with us this morning at opening ceremonies, travels and hails all the way from the Chicago area. The Honorable Mariana Spiropoulos serves as the clerk Yes, a round of applause. Mariana serves as the clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, one of the largest unified court systems in the United States. And since taking office, she has led with a clear mission to make the justice system more accessible, transparent, and responsive to the public. Now, Mariana also has another connection to the Hermes Expo, and it's a personal one. Her late father, Theodore Spidopoulos, was a devoted supporter of the Expo from its earliest years, believing deeply in its mission to unite and elevate the Greek community. Today, she continues that legacy and commitment through her own leadership and service. Through her work, Clerk Spiropoulos exemplifies the impact of principled leadership, ensuring that institutions serve people with fairness, dignity, and opportunity. My pleasure to introduce Clerk of the Circuit Court, Mariana Spidopoulos, for the Public Service Award.
Well, thank you so much. It's a hard act to follow the General Counsel. She was very eloquent. But I have to say thank you so much to my dear friend, Paul Katrutzis, who I think of as a big brother because of his connection to my dad. And I'm amazed at the way that this event has grown. You have built a strong foundation, and the next generation has big shoes to fill, but she is up to the task. You have done an amazing job, and I'm so proud to be here and proud to support your efforts. Thank you for this honor. You know, I was raised to believe that public service is a responsibility, and it is about hard work, integrity, and treating every person with dignity. Those values have guided me throughout my career. First, I was a commissioner for the Water Commission in Chicago. We have some of the greatest water in Chicago. And now as the clerk of the court system, one of the largest court systems in the United States. In this role, I have focused on making the office more accessible, more transparent, and more accountable to the public that we serve. That has meant modernizing how people interact with the court system, expanding language access, improving public access to information, and advancing initiatives that help residents navigate a justice system more fairly and more efficiently. It has also meant approaching this work with the understanding that public trust is not automatic. Public servants need to earn that trust from the public. I am proud of what we have accomplished, but even more proud of the purpose behind it. Public service is about making government work better for people. So I accept this recognition with gratitude, with deep appreciation for my family, my heritage, and the values that brought me to this work. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariana, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure now to introduce our next awardee, a member of our clergy, a very devoted individual who serves as proto-presbyter of St. Barbara in Toms River. Well, Father, we're not going to say you tried to fill the room, but you did a pretty good job. Father has dedicated his life to faith, leadership, and service within the Greek Orthodox Church and the broader community. As a respected spiritual leader, he has guided generations of faithful with wisdom, compassion, and unwavering commitment. Throughout his ministry, Father Pappas has strengthened parish life, supported families, and fostered a deeper connection to the Orthodox faith and Hellenic traditions. He has also supported initiatives that promote Hellenism, recognizing the importance of preserving language, culture, and identity within the Greek American experience. And through his words and actions, he continues to inspire faith, unity, and purpose. And I can tell you, as one who has traveled to Toms River many times for Goya events or volleyball tournaments or whatever, Father is very engaged and very involved in his community and very well respected, and is truly a hands-on member of the clergy in that church. And I know that's why they're so excited to see you being honored today. My pleasure to introduce Father Paul Pappas for this award.
Christos Anesti, Your Eminence, Metropolitan Apostolos, my brother clergy and presbyteres, Mr. Kotrotsios and committee members, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to thank you very much, the Hermes International Expo, for this great and most generous honor this evening. We need to know that I'm honored to accept this, but I accept it not as a personal achievement, but as a reflection of the devoted community of these people right here, St. Barbara's Greek Orthodox Church in Toms River, that I am so blessed to serve. I thank them all for taking time out to come here this evening. I also want to thank my family for being here as well, showing your love and support. Please know that any good accomplishment through my ministry is the result of many people, many hands, many hearts working together with this beautiful St. Barbara community. We know, as His Eminence said just a few moments ago, our calling as priests is to bring light to those who are in darkness, to bring unity where there is division and hope when there is uncertainty. If this award stands for anything, it stands for our shared commitment to serve our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ with love and with humility. Let us all continue this sacred mission together. Thank you all very much. God bless you. Christos Anesti.
Thank you, Father. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree that for those who are Greek Americans here tonight, we always owe our successes to our faith. And in that spirit, we have tonight with us not only the blessing of having His Eminence Metropolitan Apostolos, but we have a number of clergy who have come out here tonight to be supportive of this event, and they are our guiding light within the churches of our metropolis. I ask you for a round of applause, please, for all the members of the clergy who are here this evening, and the presbyteros, who are so dedicated to helping our churches with their love and affection. Our next award is the Aristotelian Award, and it is going to Archon John and Helen Saris. John and Helen represent a remarkable story of vision, perseverance, and generosity. Together they have built a life defined by entrepreneurial success, deep faith, and unwavering commitment to community. John was born in Cyprus and raised on the island of Chios and immigrated to the United States. He's the founder of John Saris Realty Incorporated and John Saris Realty Management Company, which he has built and managed an extensive portfolio across Brooklyn and Long Island over more than 4 decades. And his lovely wife, Helen Saris, was born in Lemnos, has been an integral partner in both business and philanthropy. They are active members in Leadership 100, and Helen is a board member of the National Philoptochos Society. And their lives reflect, truly, the essence of the Aristotelian ideal. Excellence in action, guided by purpose, generosity, and a deep responsibility and sense of responsibility for others. I now welcome to the podium the awardees for tonight, John and Helen Saris.
Σεβαστοί πατέρες, Μητροπολίτη της Νέας Ιερουσαλήμ, αγαπητοί επίσημοι, κυρία Καναρά, όλοι που αντιπροσωπεύετε την Ελλάδα. Σήμερα είμαστε μία οικογένεια εδώ να τιμήσουμε ανθρώπους που τους αξίζει. Θέλω όμως όλοι εσείς που είσαστε εδώ να πείτε σε αυτούς που λένε ότι δεν θα διατηρηθεί ο ελληνισμός, η Ορθοδοξία και η γλώσσα μας. Σήμερα σε αυτή την ωραία ομίγυρη, με τον κύριο Κοτρότσιο, με την οικογένειά του και με τα παιδιά του, τα εγγόνια του, βλέπουμε η Ελλάδα ζει, η Ελλάδα θα ζει, η Ελλάδα θα μεταλαμπαδεύει Κοτρότσιους, Αφροδίτες, με όλη την πηγή, την ελληνική ψυχή, τη δόξα της πατρίδος που είναι η Ελλάδα. Σήμερα τιμάμε μια κυρία και έναν κύριο που πραγματικά έχουν δώσει τη ζωή τους για την ελληνική γλώσσα, την παιδεία, τη φιλανθρωπία, την όλη οτιδήποτε χρειάζεται η ομογένεια της Αμερικής. Συγχαρητήρια στον κύριο και στην κυρία Ψαρά και συγχαρητήρια στον άνθρωπο που μας μαζεύει όλους σαν οικογένεια. Χειροκροτήστε τον Κοτρότσιο που μας τιμάει με ανθρώπους σαν την κυρία Ψαρά, την κυρία Καναρά και την Αφροδίτη μας που έχει τα παιδάκια και διαιωνίζει τον πολιτισμό και τις αξίες. Συγχαρητήρια Ελένη, συγχαρητήρια κύριε Γιάννη που σε ξέρει όλη η ομογένεια. Απλά και ταπεινά κάνετε το έργο της φιλανθρωπίας, της αγάπης προς την Ελλάδα. Μπράβο Κοτρότσιε, εσύ τιμάς εκκλησία, παιδεία και ομογένεια. Συγχαρητήρια!
Σεβασμιότατε, αξιότιμη κυρία Καναρά, κυρίες και κύριοι, καλησπέρα σας και Χριστός Ανέστη. Με ιδιαίτερη συγκίνηση και βαθιά ευγνωμοσύνη στεκόμαστε σήμερα μπροστά σας για αυτήν την τιμητική διάκριση. Θέλουμε να ευχαριστήσουμε θερμά την Hermes Expo για την αναγνώριση, αλλά και όλους εσάς που στηρίζετε και ενισχύετε την ελληνική ομογένεια με αγάπη και αφοσίωση. Η τιμή αυτή δεν ανήκει μόνο σε μένα και τον σύζυγό μου Γιάννη, αλλά σε όλους εσάς, εκείνους που καθημερινά προσφέρουν, βοηθούν και κρατούν ζωντανές τις αξίες και τις παραδόσεις μας. Για μας η προσφορά προς την κοινότητα, προς την Ελλάδα μας, δεν ήταν ποτέ υποχρέωση, αλλά χαρά και τρόπο ζωής. Συνεχίζουμε με την ίδια αγάπη και πίστη να στηρίζουμε την ομογένεια, αλλά και την πατρίδα μας, την Ελλάδα, και να στεκόμαστε δίπλα σε όποιον έχει ανάγκη. Τέλος, θέλουμε να δώσουμε θερμά συγχαρητήρια σε όλους τους συνυποψήφιους που τιμήθηκαν απόψε. Η κοινή μας διάκριση αποτελεί αναγνώριση της συλλογικής προσφοράς μας στην ομογένεια. Εύχομαι να συνεχίσουμε με το ίδιο πάθος και αφοσίωση το έργο μας. Σας ευχαριστούμε μέσα από την καρδιά μας για αυτήν την τιμή.
Thank you για τα λόγια σου.
Thank you, John and Helen, very much for all you do. Our next, ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee, she's smiling at me already, I can tell. She's worried about what I might say, I can tell. Rikumbani, it's okay, I get it. The next awardee is going to be receiving the Athena Award. Evelyn Leontarakis Tsiadis. Well, I have to tell you, we have some really large groups here tonight. That's wonderful. Evelyn Tsiadis is a dynamic leader whose work reflects strength, vision, and dedication to both professional excellence and community impact, with a strong presence in business and civic engagement. She has built a reputation for leadership grounded in integrity and purpose throughout her entire career. Her influence continues to grow through her involvement in organizations and efforts that promote professional development, community connection, and also within our church. She presents a modern expression of leadership rooted in heritage, guided by purpose and focused on impact. But I will digress from the remarks for a moment to tell you a little bit more about Evelyn Tsiadis. Evelyn Tsiadis has been enormously dedicated to all of the Greek organizations within our community, an active member of Philoptochos, an active member of St. Basil's Academy, and most importantly, I know I speak for the many organizations that are represented here tonight, and let's call it what it is. The Hermes Expo brings all of these great Greek-related organizations together to celebrate in harmony. And I know I speak for many of you when I say Evelyn Tsiadis is often the go-to person. She's the individual that each of you will reach out to when something needs to be done, support is needed, organizational efforts, an event where you need a leadership or executive team, some type of celebration. I know she's done it at our church at St. George. She's done it for the Metropolis. She's done it for many organizations. And she does it quietly and humbly and is willing to work in the background, whether it's fixing papers or posting envelopes or registering people without looking for the fanfare of it. That's true dedication, true care, and true love. So we're very fortunate that we have Evelyn Tsiadis, a part of our community, a part of this great Greek community, and her dedication and sincerity is so important to all of us. Evelyn, thank you so much for what you do.
Your Eminence, Metropolitan Apostolos, Consul General, Iphigenia Karanas, fellow honorees, dear friends of the Hermes Expo, Paul and Aphrodite, distinguished guests, Christos Anesti. I stand before you this evening humbled, honored, and overflowing with gratitude as I accept the Athena Award. This beautiful symbol of wisdom, courage, and grace reminds me that true honor comes from not what we achieve for ourselves, but from what we give away with open hearts and generous spirits. In our faith, giving is not merely an act, it is a sacred calling. It is the very pulse of who we are meant to be, people who follow our deepest convictions, walk with purpose, and lift others as we rise. True leadership, after all, is not defined by titles, but by life lived with intention and spirit rooted in generosity. There are countless worthy causes in this world: hunger, education, justice, healing, and the preservation of shared values, each calling out for compassion and for care. Yet here is the powerful truth. You do not have to carry every banner. Instead, choose the one that sets your soul on fire. Embrace the cause that stirs your heart most deeply and give to it wholeheartedly your energy, your time, and your commitment. Philanthropy takes many forms. For some, it is measured monetarily. For others, in moments given, care extended, and hearts fully invested. Have no doubt that every single one of us in this room is a philanthropist, because a heart given fully is worth millions. So let tonight be a spark that ignites something greater in all of us. Follow the calling that God has placed upon you. The world does not need more spectators. It needs more believers who act with convictions, more souls who serve with passion and purpose. And as we move forward, let us always remember our roots in Hellenism and pay it forward with grace, kindness, and respect. I wish to extend a very special thank you to my beloved family. I love you all. Thank you, Paul and Aphrodite, my St. George Piscataway community, my incredible friends, for your unwavering support, your prayers, and your love. May wisdom and courage ignite our faith, honor our heritage, and inspire us to build a legacy worthy of those who came before us and for those who will follow. Thank you.
Congratulations, Evelyn. Our next awardee is receiving the Athena Award. I had the pleasure today at our conference of listening to Dr. Lolis give a wonderful presentation about mental health and stress. And some of you may wonder, why did we have a doctor speak about mental health and stress at a Hermes Expo? Well, it was very interesting that we had a number of speakers talking about economic development, business opportunities, growth, franchises, etc. And all of them talked about change, and all of them in one way or another mentioned about the stress of decision making that has to be made in order to be successful. So it was really visionary on the part of the leadership here at Hermes to invite someone in with Dr. Lolis's credentials to talk about how to mitigate and deal with stressful situations. Dr. Lolis serves as Dean of the School of Education and Human Development at Fairfield University and has dedicated over 25 years to the field of mental health, education, and wellness. Her work focuses on promoting resilience, connection, well-being across individuals, families, and organizations, as she so expertly described today in her presentation. She's also president of the Hellenic Professional Women's Organization, where she has launched initiatives supporting women's development and well-being. Her work reflects a commitment to empowering individuals and strengthening communities through knowledge, compassion, and purpose. It's my honor to introduce to you tonight's Athena awardee, Dr. Evelyn Bilias Lolis.
touch the microphone so they can hear you.
Don't touch it.
Very close.
Καλησπέρα και Χριστός Ανέστη. I know I'm competing with dinner, so I hope I can entertain you for just a minute. It is with tremendous gratitude. I'm just a girl from Connecticut that came here last year and was exposed to this phenomenal opportunity to come together in connection, in celebration of our faith and our heritage, and to be able to really bear witness to the gifts of God's fruit through the legacy of a family and a visionary, through something that is not only passed on immediately to one's family, which most of us do, but really leaving something lasting and standing that better preserves our heritage, our culture, and is driven by our faith. I am so honored to be here. In 1992, Mr. Kotrotsios, I was a junior in high school. Don't do the math. Please don't do the math. I was a junior in high school, and my father operated a hot dog truck in Stamford, Connecticut with my mom. And I was the first generation of anyone in my family to be going through a college process. And it is ironic today that God has brought me here at this place in my career and in my life where the hot dog trucks, John's daughter signs diplomas every year and stands on stage for those who are entering the workforce. I say this for one reason. It is because a community raised me. My parents did a phenomenal job, but so did the church, and so did the Greek culture, and so did all the appendages around being a Greek American that we take for granted every single day. That is a gift that so many others can only dream of having embedded in their day-to-day functioning. That is a medicine, a true medicine to the heart and the soul of our existence. I have my childhood best friends here, whom I met when I was 7, 8, 9, and 10 in the church, who drove 3 hours in traffic to be here. You know, I have women that I met in my adulthood from Hellenic Professional Women who've changed my life through an organization that really promotes the empowerment of women. I met Aphrodite, who I think is a sister in some other lifetime. And I just want to lift up this moment to say how fortunate and how lucky are we, all of us, to be in this time and in this space together, to get to appreciate the beauty of this day. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Our next awardee, apropos of a Hermes Business Expo, is the Business Excellence Awardee, Mr. Manny Nyotis. Manny is a successful entrepreneur whose leadership in the hospitality industry has made a lasting impact. Through his work, he has built a respected brand known for quality, consistency, and innovation. His approach to business is rooted in discipline, vision, and a deep understanding of the customer experience. However, beyond business, Manny has always remained connected and a great supporter of the Greek American community, supporting many initiatives and contributing his efforts, his time, his talent, and his treasure that promote entrepreneurship and cultural identity. His work reflects the values and disciplines of the Greek American community. He is also president of the, I'm sorry, I went on to another page, I apologize, my mistake. He's also very involved in various organizations showing support and dedication for the Greek community. His success serves as an example of how strong leadership and clear vision can create lasting impact in both business and community. Our congratulations to the Business Excellence Awardee, Manny Nyotis.
Χριστός Ανέστη. Σεβασμιότατε Μητροπολίτη Νέας USA, κύριε Απόστολε, σεβαστοί ιερές, αξιότιμη Γενική Πρόξενος της Ελλάδος, κυρία Καναρά, επίτιμοι προσεκλημένοι, καλησπέρα σας. Εκ μέρους μου και της οικογένειάς μου θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω θερμά τον κύριο Πολ Κοτέτσο για την τιμή που μου έκανε αυτή της ωραίας βραδιάς. Επίσης θα ήθελα να συγχαρώ όλους τους τιμωμένους της βραδιάς αυτής. Σας ευχαριστώ.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down pretty much to our last award, and then we have just a couple quick certificates to give out. You've been enormously patient, and we thank you very much for your attention tonight. The next award is given, it is the Padilla Award, and I'm going to have a little bit of a unique twist tonight. We have two awardees, but they also happen to be husband and wife. So we're going to award them together. We have first coming up, Leonidas Papoulias is a dedicated educator and advocate for the preservation of Greek language and culture. Through his work, he has played a vital role in strengthening Hellenic education and ensuring that future generations remain connected to their heritage. As a leader in Greek education, he has contributed to the development of programs that promote language, learning, cultural understanding, and community engagement. His commitment to Padilla is really the definition of the holistic development of knowledge, character, and identity. And that essence also carries over to his lovely wife, Despina Apostolido. Despina is a passionate educator committed to advancing Greek language and education. Her work also reflects a deep dedication to preserving Hellenic identity. Her work ensures that traditions, language, and values continue to be passed down with care, love, and purpose. Her commitment to education reflects the enduring importance in shaping future generations. Our awardees tonight, again, Despina and Leonidas.
Ο κύριος Λεωνίδας Παπούλιας και η κυρία Δέσποινα είναι τα παιδιά που ήρθαν από την Ελλάδα να σπουδάσουν τα δικά μας παιδιά για να μείνουν Ελληνόπουλα. Έχουν έρθει κι άλλοι κατά διαστήματα και έχουν προσφέρει τις υπηρεσίες τους, τους οποίους πάντοτε αναγνωρίζουμε. Είναι η κυρία Ίκουτα, η οποία έχει χρόνια υπηρετεί στα σχολεία μας. Κυρία Ίκουτα, η κυρία Ταρσία Ελευθεριάδης, η κυρία Τσάφου, η κυρία Φουτούλη στο Holy Cross και στο Πλάτωνα. Τα δύο σχολεία από τα άλλα, τα διαμάντια που έχουμε στο Μπρούκλι, είναι και ο Πλάτωνας και το Holy Cross, και παρακαλούμε τον σεβαστό μας πατέρα Γεράσιμο να έρθει για ένα λεπτό εδώ. Κυρία Ικούτα, συγχαρητήρια για τις υπηρεσίες σας που έχουν μείνει ιστορικές στα σχολεία του Πλάτωνα και του Holy Cross. Κυρία Δήμητρα Τσάφου και στα δύο σχολεία, κυρία Ελευθεριάδη και κυρία Μαρία Φουτούλη. Ευχαριστούμε την Ελλάδα μας. Να πείτε κυρία Καναρά στο Υπουργείο Παιδείας, είμαστε ευγνώμονες που στέλνουν δασκάλους για να μάθουν τα παιδιά μας τη γλώσσα, τον πολιτισμό και τις αξίες τις ελληνικές που δίδαξαν και διδάσκουν τον κόσμο. Ελευθερία, δημοκρατία, Ελλάδα. Στέκει παντού σε όλο τον κόσμο να μορφώνει. Να μορφώνει και σήμερα που χρειάζεται όλος ο κόσμος τις αξίες τις ελληνικές. Μπράβο σε όλους σας, συγχαρητήρια στον κύριο Παύλο και πάλι και στην Αφροδίτη που είναι κοντά στην παιδεία, κοντά στην ομογένεια, κοντά στην εκκλησία.
Ένα λεπτό. Ωραία. Σεβασμιότατε, αγαπητοί πατέρες, κυρίες και κύριοι, αγαπητέ κύριε Κοτρότσιο, αγαπητή κυρία Κοτρότσιο, είμαι αρκετά συγκινημένος σήμερα για αυτή την τιμή που μου κάνατε. Χαίρομαι ιδιαίτερα για αυτή την αναγνώριση, γιατί αυτή η αναγνώριση αποτελεί εκτός από τη τιμητική διάκριση και μία αποστολή. Μία αποστολή που ξεκίνησε πριν από 20 περίπου χρόνια στην Ελλάδα και συνεχίζεται τα τελευταία χρόνια στην Αμερική. Να είστε όλοι καλά. Είναι ιδιαίτερη χαρά που βρίσκομαι εδώ απόψε κοντά σας. Να ευχαριστήσω ιδιαίτερα την Ομοσπονδία την Ομοσπονδία και την Πρόεδρο, την κυρία Κοκόλη των Αμερικανών Εκπαιδευτικών εδώ, στη Νέα Υόρκη και όχι μόνο. Να ευχαριστήσω επίσης τα δύο σχολεία που υπηρετώ, το DGK του Τιμίου Σταυρού και τον Πλάτωνα, για την εμπιστοσύνη και τη βοήθεια. Να είστε όλοι καλά και καλή συνέχεια. Ευχαριστώ θερμά.
Λοιπόν, και για να μην σας αφήσω παραπονεμένους, με αφήσανε την ένατη περίοδο, το κουδούνι χτυπάει, σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Γεια σας.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our last speaker. And I would also, as I'm introducing him, I would ask if all the awardees tonight would just be available as soon as Mr. Kotrotsios is done with his remarks. If you would, all the awardees, and with your awards, please come to the front. We would like to take a beautiful picture with His Eminence. If I can have your attention for just another couple of minutes, please, I beg your indulgence. Thank you so much. You've been so patient and gracious tonight, and we truly appreciate it. But this introduction certainly deserves your full attention. It is the reason we're here tonight. We have had the honor and privilege of being a part of a wonderful event today. And many of us who have been around for a number of years have participated in the Hermes Expo 5, 10, 15, and I've met people who've been doing it for more than 25 years. We said early on that it was a vision and an idea of an individual some probably 40 years ago to create an opportunity to create dialogue, collaboration, and opportunity for the Greek community. Through his leadership, hard work, and dedication, that event has grown into what you see it today. And I can tell you the best is yet to come. He is constantly working to think of new ideas on how to improve, broaden, and expand the opportunities that are presented at the Hermes Expo, continuing to involve new groups and organizations, both Greek and American, business and non-business, in order to grow those opportunities. I want you to please join me in welcoming, with a warm round of applause, the man who had the vision, put the hard work and dedication, and made Hermes Expo a possibility. Our dear friend, Paul Kotrotsios.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening and welcome. Tonight, we are not just marking an anniversary, we're standing on 35 years of work, vision and commitment. Thank you. In 35 years, especially doing something like this, it says something. It says something about the people, it says something about the relationships, and it says something about the foundation that has been built. Hermes Expo was created with a clear purpose: trade, communications, and culture. To bring businesses together, to bring people together, and to create real opportunities. That was the mission then. And that is the mission today. Thank you in the back for listening. I do appreciate that. From the beginning, Hermes Expo was built to strengthen Greek-American enterprise and to build a bridge between the United States of America and Greece. A bridge for business, a bridge for ideas, and a bridge for people. Over the years, that bridge has grown stronger. We have brought together thousands of businesses and tens of thousands of people, entrepreneurs, executives, students, leaders from across the United States of America and from Greece. Different paths, different experiences, and one shared purpose. Hermes Expo is not only about business, it's also about who we are, our heritage, our culture, our language. Because success means more when you know who you are and where you come from. There are people who helped me build this expo from the very beginning. People who believed in this vision before it became what it is today. One of those people was Theodore Spiropoulos. He was not just a supporter, he was like a brother to me. He stood with us and he believed in this, and he helped build this foundation. And tonight, we continue that legacy. We're proud to have recognized his daughter, the Honorable Mariana Spiropoulos, the clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County in Illinois. Thank you, Mariana. Tonight, we recognize individuals who represent leadership, commitment, and service. People who have built, contributed, and carried responsibility in their own fields. Each one of you represents what this platform stands for. Congratulations to all of our honorees. Yes, you may applaud. Strong platforms are built with strong partners, and I want to thank our sponsors for their continued trust and support over the years. Your presence here matters, and your partnership is part of what keeps this going. To our exhibitors, you bring in this room to life. You bring your business, your ideas, and your energy, and you turn this into a live marketplace. Thank you for being here. To our team, thank you for your hard work and dedication. And to my family, thank you for standing with me all these years. This journey is shared. And to the Grand Marquis, thank you for your continued hospitality and partnership. After 35 years, Hermes Expo continues to do what it was built to do. Connect business, connect people, and create opportunity. It continues to strengthen Greek-American enterprise. It continues to build a bridge between the United States and Greece. And it continues to carry forward our heritage, our culture, and our language. This is Hermes Expo. Thank you. And to my daughter, you represent the future of everything we have built. Carried with Philotimo, Stand with strength and integrity. Honor who you are and where you come from. And continue to work, connecting people, building opportunity, and keeping our heritage, our culture, and our language alive. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for believing in this, and thank you for being part of the Hermes Expo.
A man with heart, a man with vision, and a man with integrity. Another round of applause for the man who made it happen. His dream, his hard work, his dedication, his love for our community and for all of us. I would now like to ask the awardees to please come to the front to take a beautiful photo with His Eminence Metropolitan Apostolos. On behalf of the Kotrotsios family, I thank you all for coming this evening and enjoying this wonderful festivity. We have the Greek dancers who will be performing in just a few minutes after this photo. And again, thank you for your patience tonight. You've been a wonderful audience. Be well.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nicholas Forniatis. I am here with my co-director, Alexandra Najaveski, and we are the Kimisi Goya dancers. I would like to thank Paul Kotrotsios and Aphrodite for inviting us. Our dancers are very passionate about their Hellenic heritage and love to share it with whoever they come into contact with. If there's one thing I could ask of everybody in the audience, two things actually. First, the more you cheer for us, the more energy the dancers have. So give them a round of applause. And the second thing, we teach dance to the youth so that they can carry on our heritage and traditions. I encourage everybody here to have their children, their grandchildren, enroll in their church's Greek school, in their choir, in their Greek dance programs, so the next generation will carry on these traditions. So everybody please give it up for the Kimisi Goya dancers. At the end, we will invite everybody up to the dance floor for Kalamatiano, so just sit tight.
you.
Once again, we'd like to thank Paul Petrosios for inviting us to perform. At this time, we'd like to invite everybody up for a Balamakirao. Chris Halianis, do your thing.
And before we do that, I just want to ask everybody in this room tonight, have you had the time to see the Ergo Capodistrias, the movie Capodistrias? No, you need to see it. And I must tell you that Hellenic American National Council φρόντισε και έβαλε το άγαλμα του Καποδίστρια στο ελληνικό. We talked to the mayor of Ελληνικών and the statue of Governor Capodistrias is at the Platea of Ελληνικών, and that is attributed to the Hellenic American National Council. Thank you very much, Mr. Matarangas, who is here tonight from Chicago. Go ahead. The cell number, the cell phone, I have it here.
Στις εκλογές και το πέρατε. Με καθιέρεσε. Μπράβο, Φλωρινή.
ζώντος αγγλικός θα φιλεί. Άιντε ζώντος αγγλικός θα φιλεί, περνάτα με δυο να φιλεί. Στις 15 νωρίς σου πρεμόρι να με χαιρετήσεις.